Hang on a second. Why is it doing that? Keep forgetting about that in the queue. I should really adjust that. How's everybody doing? I'm not sure why Weatherwise is not popping up right now. That is a problem. One that we will solve in just a second here. There we go. I don't know why I did that. How's everybody doing? It's begun. We are officially in the first leg of our winter storm. I'm doing alright. I mean, as good as I could be. Doing alright. We're just preparing for our end of the deal, and that's going to be more so towards Saturday evening and Sunday here. It's been a while since we've seen a storm this big. This could be the largest storm that my area has seen in the last 12 years. We're getting mesoscale discussions starting to pop up here now. We're going to start getting into the details with these and then kind of going on from there. Mix of wintry precipitation will continue across portions of southwestern and west central Texas for the next several hours. Rap soundings along the Red River and I-20 corridor produce a warm nose around the lower to mid levels of the atmosphere. So freezing rain is going to be the main threat with this one. Haven't seen any snow MDs. I think everything right now has been freezing rain up to this point. It's pretty much the same with this other mesoscale discussion. You know what's bad though, whenever we have large spanning ice storm warnings in effect here. This is the first ice storm corridor, which is over here. This is all the way from Fairfield, even Crockett, Texas, stretching all the way through Mississippi and into parts of Tennessee. Then we have another bullseye that kind of pops up over here towards South Carolina, heading all the way through the Atlanta metro and up into the mountains around Tennessee. No ice for you. Or no ice storm warning, you say. Because we already know Mother Nature does not care. You're just going to have to deal. Oh well, you're getting something, clearly. Because your snow totals indicate that probably wouldn't be enough. The ice storm warning is a glitch. Aw, he's mad about it. And I'm not happy about ice storm warnings here either. I'm no happier than you are. But it is what it is. I'm prepared now, so I'm just ready to let the chips fall where they may. As long as the tree doesn't fall over my house, I'm happy. And you kids. It's fine, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to see if I can set the ads up to where I can schedule them instead of them kind of popping up randomly. And that way I don't also have to like create like 10,000 create 10,000 ad delays. Monday and Tuesday so far. Okay. It's not terrible. Also, we have cameras available right now. We have actually 3 of them. I gotta make the little areas where I gotta make the window so we can see them, but I have a camera in Fort Worth in particular. Now, I will say this much: the cameras are probably gonna be foggy at times due to the fact that, well, it's freezing rain. So anytime that a droplet lands on the camera, it's probably going to end up either icing over or just making the camera seem kind of cloudy and foggy. You're already seeing that occur here, so that's one thing I can't really control, so I do apologize for that. But either way, though, This is going to be one of several camera views that we use tonight. I bet it already seems like it has, Isaiah. You see, the way you're typing kind of indicates it. I mean, if you gotta go to sleep, go ahead and go to sleep. It won't hurt my feelings. But we also have cameras available where we can kind of shift over towards maybe even Kansas and Oklahoma as well. We're seeing freezing rain here as well. This is kind of shifting over to snow. And Kansas is probably going to end up being all snow. One of the few areas that's not going to be dealing with warm air in the mid levels of the atmosphere here. So, in time, we'll be going over forecast updates and also looking at what tomorrow and also Sunday will be like, because this is actually a multi-round event. That's one thing about it. So this is gonna be multiple days of streaming. Hopefully my power doesn't go out, but there's always that chance that it does. Dang. So, already? Ah, that's what I forgot to get. I forgot to pull up the power outage map. 1 second, guys. No, do not do that. I don't want that. One second, guys. Why does it keep doing that? I don't want the split view. There we go. That's what I want. Guess we got some bugs to work out with that little split view that Google Chrome has. Very resourceful, but that was not helpful at all. Okay. So we got that up and running. Let's go ahead and pull up the power outage map. Okay, that's up too. And now we just pull up the other cameras. I think I'll pull this one off to the left here. I gotta figure out how they get more of those reports. I'm pretty sure they have storm chasers that are over there too. I haven't seen any online from my end though. Alright, so this camera view right here, this is actually in Oklahoma. This one is in Fort Worth that we're looking at here. Here's Texas's power outages right now. We're looking at it by state here. We're in the early phases, so the numbers are honestly low. This is inevitably going to increase here, unfortunately, folks. So the counties that are showing the most significant outages right now, Madison County. Probably haven't gotten all the reports in from these counties further up towards the north, especially over towards Shackleford and Stevens County, which is where the ice has already been going on for a little bit now. You know, that's definitely a reasonable estimate. And it's bad that I'm saying that. It's pretty reasonable indeed. Not like I said, I really hate the fact that I'm saying that, but it says a lot that I'm saying it. That's when you know that it's pretty serious. Because if you followed me for long enough on here, you know I'm not the type to hype up events. I'm not about spreading panic. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Isaiah. I imagine not. I mean, the infrastructure in Texas probably will be a little bit better, but and they're not expecting like a half inch of ice, but still a quarter is bad enough. So yeah, I'd still say no. I'm gonna go with no. How you doing, Chill Woods? Hopefully you're staying safe as well. We're gearing up. We're pretty much equipped over here. Only thing I didn't do is go to the liquor store and get vodka. I kind of want to have a hot toddy. Obviously, I'm not going to do that while streaming, but, you know, for later tonight when I go to bed, seems like it would be pretty nice. By tomorrow, we'll probably be starting up the fireplace. It's already cleaned up. Like I said, we're pretty well equipped over here. We got stovetop is gas, so even if the power goes out, we can still cook. So I actually would say that we're pretty well set. I just hope that other people are. But yeah, it's gonna be a long, long weekend. Real question, Shiori, is which warning? You got the winter storm warnings, you got the ice storm warnings, and then a lot of people are forgetting about the fact that it's going to be brutally cold after this. Like, there's actually extreme cold warnings. Or as I like to call them, wind chill warnings. Because that's what they used to be called. We've simplified it down just a little bit too much. But that's not my place to say whether it's appropriate or not. Either way. Excuse me. Either way, I'm not either way, there's a lot going on here. I'll put some music on here too, just in case there's any dead air here and there. But we'll try to keep the gaps minimal. And I'm also trying to set up any ads that we end up having on the stream today to be kind of minimal. We'll have the interval kind of light. Quick little check on the music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah. Honestly, that I expected that. So probably within the next 30 minutes, by the way, we'll be doing an update with the model data we have. We're still waiting for the rest of that to come in, and then we're going to kind of get into the details as to what to expect for tonight and into tomorrow. Because things really are going to start to pick up from that point onward. North Carolina ice storm warnings are growing through Monday now. Yeah, let's actually look over to the east really quick while we're at it. Yeah, the thing about those numbers is they do fluctuate. But we'll see that, but inevitably we're going to see that spike. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna do a voting poll, but I have no idea if I should ask this or how I want to word it, because I only get 100 characters. I know. Ooh. It's definitely not what you want to hear. Now make sure you guys read that question. If you're gonna vote on that. So you think 3 or more for sure? Okay. If you think it's 3 or more, if any of you wouldn't mind, definitely elaborate in the chat which 3 you think it is. You don't have to explain why, just which 3 do you think it is? I like the fact that they're asking the questions right now. Is your power out right now? Because that's going to become a more apt question. I'd say that's reasonable. Those 3 states seem like they will be the most likely. Definitely by that time frame. Yeah, by noon, that's the tricky part of the question. And if you have more than 3, you can add another state. Because generally, I would assume that people are probably thinking Texas, maybe Louisiana, definitely Arkansas could be another one. Mississippi could be one too. But the other trick is how many of them may reach 100,000 outages. So for that, you would have to figure Texas, maybe Alabama. Oh, that's an interesting choice. Fair. I mean, I could see it being 2 or 3. I'm sure we're definitely going to get one. And we all know what that one most likely is going to be, but, you know. But let's not rule out Oklahoma here. They're going to get freezing rain as well. So, I mean, they started out as freezing rain too, so, I mean, you can't rule it out. I mean, that's the beauty of having these little voting polls up, is that there are no right or wrong answers, really. I think I am going to cave and get try to get a bottle of vodka. Obviously, we're not, like I said before, obviously, no shots on stream. That's not happening, guys. But definitely want a hot toddy, especially if we lose power. Absolutely not. No, you do not eat any drinks. No, I shouldn't have mentioned it. Alright, give me like 5 seconds to grab my tablet really quickly. No kidding. And I dropped my tablet. This is not nice. I appreciate that, Shiori, but it's never gonna make it to me. Even if it makes it to me in time, it's not gonna make it to me in time. It may not make it at all. Nah, tablet didn't take any damage. It was a softball. It fell onto a shoe. Think you can make it to Tennessee in time? No one's gonna give you a drink. No one's giving you a drink, I say. It's for me, man. You can have Gatorade and pretend. Yeah, that sounds better. Or just drink some like hot tea or something, or get like some hot water and put some lemon in it. Honestly, that kind of sounds nice, truthfully. Ooh, that was good. That's really good, actually. I think everyone's been kind of, but when I went to the store today, we actually saw quite a bit of water on the shelf. It was more so the bread and the milk that was cleaned out. Like the milk was just gone. Like there was no almond milk. Regular milk was scarce. Everything also was hiked up in price too. So obviously price gouging is going on. But yeah, that's a good find. We went early in the morning and already the bread was half empty, and they had just restocked it too. That's the craziest part. There was quite a line at 1.2 even, but by the time we got ready to check out, it was already pretty clear. I would hope it doesn't take out the plumbing. That's one thing about it. Also, if you guys haven't, just a quick reminder to hit that like button. I haven't really even checked what the number of likes are, and I'm not really too worried about it. Right now, we're just trying to do our coverage the best that we can. Like I said, we're still waiting on model data to come in at this current point in time. Right now, I'm just really trying to see if I can get extra reports too to go along with that. Okay, so, yeah, sorry about that. I was looking at the,
I was trying to see what options I had available.
uh-oh, come on, Weather Channel. What did they do now? Or do I want to know what they did? Seven inches of snow, and oh man, sheesh, they really don't like you. Mother Nature just doesn't seem to like you this week. That's incredibly inaccurate. How is it inaccurate?
How is it inaccurate, Isaiah?
Unrealistic. Okay, how's it unrealistic if you're under an ice storm warning? Seven inches doesn't seem... Well... Yeah, that is a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, I think that warm nose is probably too strong to let you get that much snow. I'd say that's a pretty good assessment too. But I mean, you do start out the event as snow, so maybe? Like, by the time you get towards sunset, that's when I start to see the freezing rain really starting to peak. And then it's overnight Saturday when the icing really occurs for you. There is a lot of moisture with this, so if you have cold temperatures on the backside, maybe it's feasible. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hard to say. two things it's gonna boil down to. It's literally the lower to mid levels of the atmosphere, and then also the amount of moisture that's gonna be left over once it finally cools down to freezing again. How you doing, G bro? Yeah, that's about the only thing you can do for him is cross your fingers. Because he's been upset about this the last 3 days, it feels like. Alright, so I'm doing a quick little thing to make sure that the ads don't come in too quickly. So just give me a moment here. Be like maybe 1 minute. I might not see every chat message that pops up. It doesn't seem like they're going to be moving in all that quickly either, though. So I'm not too worried about it. Good. Survey says yes. Good. All right. All right, we got that set finally. And then the cool thing about it is I've learned how to set it up to where I can actually briefly delay ads regardless of whether I have them set a particular way or scheduled like I do here. I have them set for like every 30 minutes, so it shouldn't be all that bad. I'm going to try to set it up in a way to where it's not as common or obnoxious. And then during significant moments, obviously we're not doing any ads. Don't want you guys to miss the most important details. I actually have one more camera that I can pull up too while I'm at it. It sure looks that way. There we go. That's better. Mike tried to go out on me already. Within the first hour.
We need a new mic.
I mean, technically we have another one, but the quality is a lot worse. Yeah, rude mic indeed. Honestly, it could either be the cable or it could be the port itself that is the issue. Because the mic's quality is great. I have no issues with that at all. It's just I think this thing is worn down. We've had it since the beginning of the channel. We're going on 4 years now with that, so I guess maybe it just might be time. Meanwhile, Texas power outage numbers are continuing to drop right now. Of course, like I said before, we're in the early stages of this event, so there's a good chance they're going to go right back up. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for the model to finish loading in. And you got to remember, if you're looking at the freezing rain QPF or quantity of precipitation, then it's going to have higher totals. But QPF sometimes can be a little bit more inaccurate. That's why I usually will look at the FRAM estimates or FRAM estimates. But the FRAM estimate is based on ice accretion for elevated horizontal surfaces. This is also based on empirical data, basically lighter precipitation, strong winds, and like wet bulb temperature. So I feel like that actually maybe takes the other elements into account instead of just the liquid equivalent precipitation. More volts will probably come in as time goes on. I think we'll probably see an increase in numbers as we get later into the evening. It seems like the channel is just more of a night owl channel, which honestly kind of fits my personality. Cause I think I can consider myself a night owl too. Excuse me. Now, one thing I do find kind of interesting is the fact that obviously Texas has the most outages right now at 7,400, but what is going on in New York and Ohio to where they're nearing 3,000 outages apiece? I am curious about that. Because unless I'm mistaken, I don't see anything on the radar that's happening weather-wise with that. I mean, obviously there's a lot more that can cause power outages than just weather, but I mean, can't help but be a little curious. I mean, there's like a little bit of light lake effect snow over towards New York, but that's really about it. I don't think it would be enough to where power would get knocked out. I don't think it's Akron, or is it? Yeah, it is. It's not that far. It's in Lorain County, so it's like maybe one county up, maybe two. I mean, it almost seems like it's exclusively in Lorain, too. Wow, Wichita Falls, it changed over to heavy snow now? That's kind of surprising. I have this kind of showing up as sleet right now. I'm trying to see if we also have any kind of I wonder if we have any lightning right now. I wonder if there's any thunder snow coming in, because with the frontogenesis coming into play, I do expect at some point we're going to see lightning increase. Nothing yet. Lightning jump. I haven't seen anything yet. Oops, wrong type. There we go. Yeah, it is showing up as sleet, but you can see snow actually occur there probably a little while before. Actually, downtown Wichita Falls is still apparently experiencing freezing rain. Sometimes the radar can be inconsistent with that. So that doesn't surprise me if they are getting heavy snow. Let me see if I have another camera available to me. But footage over there towards Wichita Falls is actually kind of limited. How you doing, Justin? It has started. Oh yeah, I know that. Same. I'm doing the same thing essentially with the trucker cams as well. I'll try to make it clear that none of these camera images that I have are particularly owned by me. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. Oh, you're gonna go live at 9. Whoa, hang on. Yeah. Oh, I see. After Arch Enemy. Wait, Arch Enemy's in town for you? Like, what? I didn't know they were even touring. I thought they were still trying to find a vocalist. Or maybe you're just listening to Arch Enemy on the radio. I'd jump in on your live if I could. I just don't know how I'd do. Well, if I could figure out the whole push to talk thing, it actually would be doable. I wish one of my mods contingents was here so he could kind of help me out with explaining how that works. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, wait. When did Arch Enemy announce a US tour? Dang, I wanted to know about that. And furthermore, I wanted to know who was going to be the vocalist. But yeah, off to your south though. But off to your south though, Justin, you do have a little something going on over towards Pine Bluff. We have some of the early stages of freezing rain. Oh, you're under winter storm warning, not ice storm warning. Lucky you. Isaiah and myself are not happy. We are under ice storm warnings. You have just the good old winter storm warning. Yeah, it came up within like the last, I think it was like the last 3 frames on radar. No, it was earlier than that. Yeah, yeah, Alyssa left Arch Enemy to do her own project. And from what I've heard, her project is not going well. Like, it is not good. But yeah, it's a shame. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you're still here, Isaiah, but other people are now starting to vote with you on the poll. So now they're saying 3 or more. Now there's more people saying 3 or more. So hopefully you feel better now. Because you're like, am I the only one voting about this? Well, look now. The game has changed. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be a man or woman this time, but I just want the band to still sound good. That is my main concern, because I really enjoy the band. Probably gonna be I'm about to try and make a delivery here, guys. So that's, if you see me looking down, I'm just trying to look through my tablet right now. This is pretty much the last delivery we're gonna be able to get in. It's pretty much a guarantee. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't gonna be wanting to be out tomorrow. And then on top of that, you can also imagine that, especially with where I live, not a whole lot of people are gonna even make it over here. That's just me being completely honest. Did we lose this camera off the US 62? Let's try one more time. The camera we've been trying to go for has been over towards Oklahoma City. They've been dealing with heavy snow on and off for a little bit now. It really looks like it's starting to pick up now, but we definitely lost the camera off I-35 though. Oh no, we still have 62 up. Alright. Definitely appreciate that. Alright, so power bank is going to be in tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be enough to keep the computer and the internet on, so I'm just going to tell you, if we lose power here and the stream ends randomly during the weekend, I'm just going to tell you now, don't get tropes up. At least we'll be able to keep our internet on and have communications with you guys. All right, Isaiah. You be careful out there. Yeah, it seems like it will start pretty early for you. I'm actually about to take a look at the HRRR data in just a moment. I think it should be done. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we have the full HRRR. Oh, okay. Oh, you're streaming it from home. Fair enough. Shoot, you can still fall just heading down the driveway or the walkway to the main street. Shoot, I've busted my own tail doing that before. Yeah, it looks like things get going for you like overnight tonight. Alright, let's actually do a little model update here. Let me go ahead and just get everything set up while we're at it. Alright, so you guys can still see the whole map, which is good, so I think we can keep this format as is. You can also see the time up there. If you have any questions about Zulu, of course, let me know. I'll tell you what the actual time is. Or actually, I can do this. Stretch this out just a little bit more. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Crap. Alright, there it is right there. Now you can see the time. Well, that sounds about right. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look here. So this is the 0ZH that's coming in. Make sure you're paying attention to your area. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try to focus mainly on this storm this time around. Okay. So obviously we know the deal with Texas and Oklahoma. We're starting to see a little bit of action coming into play for Arkansas. And then by the time we get into the overnight hours, that's when the snow is expected to occur around the central northern parts of the state. Kansas and Missouri also starting to get snow here. The freezing line looks like it's going to be closer towards southern Arkansas and over towards the Louisiana border, maybe the Arklatex itself. And then over time, by the time we get into early Saturday morning, this is when we start to see Tennessee start out with snow. And then from there, come on computer, work with me here, don't do that. Then we start to see Mississippi get into the action here. This is going to be predominantly freezing rain where we have the ice storm warnings in effect. And then as we go into the day, we'll start to see this extend eventually into Georgia. HRRR has this showing as mostly rain starting out, and then we start to convert into freezing rain by the time we get into Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. And it only continues to worsen kind of from that point onward. You may get a little bit of a flip over to rain towards the very end of the event, depending on how that low continues to behave. 'Cause it looks like it gets pretty strong to even a sub 1,000 millibar low before all said and done, which is going to increase the snow for the Ohio Valley all the way up into the Northeast. I mean, we do, but I don't have enough to really power the entire, not the entire house. Where we live, we don't have I don't really have the setup needed to have like a full-on generator. At least not right now. So all I got is a small little power bank that will probably be able to power up the router, but not the computer. Maybe I could do a live stream that way. I don't know. My camera's nothing special though. That's one thing about it. The M3 kilometers starting to come in, so we may jump back on that in a little bit. Let me do another thing here while I'm at it, and I'm thinking about it presently. We still have the radar up too. If I can figure out where I have it set up, where I have it in this configuration. Oh, there goes my tooth trying to go. What's left of my old tooth coming out. Oh, that's why it's not showing up. Okay. Easy fix. There we go. All right, radar is right here on the bottom left corner of the screen. So we'll have that in motion going forward. Probably take these warnings off for just a little bit. I think you kind of get the message with that there for right now. So that's a little bit cleaner look for you guys. Seems like we're struggling to keep this camera up over towards US 62 as well while we're at it. Try one more time. But yeah, this camera might be out. There's still daylight, and it's 8 o'clock over there, so I already know that's not right. Pull that a little further south, see what's what. Come on, Dallas. I'm genuinely surprised at how few cameras we have available over here between Wichita Falls and Dallas, by the way. So let's go back to global model, see what we got going on there. Those are definitely in. We'll buy some time to let AM3 kilometer come in too. So one thing about the global models, they've been really hot on that warm nose. Yeah, I figured Wichita Falls was down. I've been having the hardest time trying to get anything going over there. It's all just still cameras. Oh yeah, that's the Lawton camera we were looking at earlier. Yeah, these cameras are dropping off pretty quick if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's one thing that really kind of confuses me with Texas. I'm really surprised that they have so few like live cameras. It's all just still shots. Trying to adjust as we go. I guess we'll just have to have a still shot for now. I'm sorry, guys. It's the best I can do. The attrition rate with these cameras is ridiculous. So here's a look at GFS, by the way. Anyone that's missed it. We're pretty universal on what's expected tonight. It's really Sunday that's the wild card here. We're going to have a low pressure that pops up over here towards the Gulf, brings a little bit of warm air into the equation. That's why we have the potential for such a significant ice storm. And you can actually see that there's a high pressure here, which is going to change the wind direction for some of these areas where winds are going to be blowing out the east down towards the mountains. It's going to seep down the valley into this part of Georgia. So this pocket here could see significant icing. But notice to the south side, we're seeing all rain over here. So we're seeing a classic situation of cold air damming. So those mountains almost kind of act like a dam and bottle up some of that cold air, and it limits the amount that pushes further to the south. And you can see the classic example of it. Like you can see the contour lines wrap around it perfectly. There's mountains all up through this area right here. Eventually, with that low pressure, it introduces enough warm air to where maybe we get a switch over to rain at the very end of the event before this exits out. And pretty much almost all models have been showing this, I would say with the exception of the Euro. And even within the last couple of runs, I've seen it kind of suggesting a similar thing here as well. Although not quite as prominent of a look in comparison. So it could mitigate some of the impacts if we were able to get an increased or an extended period of rain versus freezing rain. Problem is, all of it that falls is going to refreeze one way or another by the time we get into the overnight. So it's still kind of open-ended, but impacts should be still pretty significant nonetheless. Excuse me. So that's pretty much the lowdown on model data. The reason why we're expecting freezing rain across such a large part of the country, even though surface temperatures are going to be at times well below freezing, is because if we look at this QT chart here, you can see it. Our freezing line is back here, heading up this way, parallel to this 0. Anything to the left is colder, anything to the right is warmer. We're at times up to about 10 degrees Celsius above freezing here. So towards the mid-levels of the atmosphere, it's this shallow area of warm air aloft that keeps us in the game. And it goes all the way up to about 30,000 feet plus. So where we would probably be anticipating snowfall occurring at this point, with the temperatures warming up here, this goes all the way back to rain. And then once we get back below 1,000 feet, the water droplet starts to freeze all over again. By the time it hits the ground, it never fully condenses into a snowflake. Hence why we have the likelihood of sleet being higher here, and if anything, maybe even just freezing rain. But the problem is that anything that lands with the ground being below freezing is going to freeze on contact. Oops, I didn't mean to turn that off. Right. So I'm going to go back to GFS really quick because there's one other thing I'm curious about too. And for my southern folks, you might want to pay attention to this because I'm not sounding the alarm on this yet, but I am going to be watching this trend pretty much from here on out. You're seeing this correctly. This is on the 31st, and it looks like there could be another on the way. Now, model trends have been constantly changing with this, so I don't have a lot of confidence in the forecast. But it looks like we end up seeing potentially another big winter storm possibly taking shape. This looks almost like a Miller B route winter storm. But it looks like the moisture stays a little further to the south, so it could limit snow totals. The run that I saw in this a couple of days ago was really interesting, especially. But with this low deepening, there's also potential for freezing rain on the back side of this, alongside maybe even potential for severe weather on the eastern half of it, if parameters were to be sufficient enough. But this becomes quite the store recorded GFS here. Ooh, excuse me again. We see a point of validity here because I've been seeing this run for the last few days, but not all models are latching on to it, and that's also why lack of confidence exists. But this pretty much looks like it tries to bomb out into a full-on, almost tropical system at this point. With pressures that low, it's almost the equivalent of a Category 3 hurricane, so this will be a big nor'easter if that model run came into the equation. Now, I haven't seen the 18Z run, and this is a new look to me. That's something that warrants its own attention for Texas. And then it looks like that diminishes by the time we scoot off to the east here. Obviously, we're at no man's land at that point, so not a lot of faith to put into that. Not really a lot of merit to put in either. So that's really that for now. I kind of want something to drink really quick. I don't have an alcoholic beverage or anything right now, but I do think I'm going to get some tea really quickly. I will be right back. I'm going to throw in a little ad here, and we should be back before it's done, unless you skip it. But just give me a couple minutes. Version 2 is really nice. Just gotta say it. Yeah, that's what we have in the cup right now. Hopefully everyone's doing alright. Sorry, I'm stepping away for a moment, but I definitely needed something to drink. But you said that the snow is 22 miles to your south. It's coming. Let's go back to a full screen for weather-wise here. There we go. Anything in particular you have in mind, or anything you haven't narrowed down to? I actually have my robe on the back end of my chair. It's helping to keep me warm. Let me get the Fort Worth camera back on. You can see the precipitation falling on that camera there. He didn't want to be in her. Well, yeah, that's why they were born, because it was time for them to come out. I'm just playing. I know what you meant. Oh no, I just realized what I had left. I forgot to get in the store. I meant to get some Fisherman's Friend. Cookies or muffins? Interesting. Oh, you already made dinner rolls. We have some chili, and we have tacos. Trying to keep cooking to a minimum in the house. So throughout the duration of the event, if we want to warm up something, all we got to do is just put it in our pots and then just let it slowly warm. I wonder what the temperature is right now. It does feel like it's already kind of getting cold. It's only 45 right now. It's still 45 right now, so. Yeah, and it's ground turkey tacos. Oh, really? Who you got? Jai Collins. It's the first I've heard of him. And he's cool with us showing his feeds. Oh, okay. Nice. Does he have a Discord or anything like that? Hi, Renita. But yeah, Justin, if does he have a Discord? Definitely want to thank him. He's a new guy. Yeah, definitely want to give him some help then.
What's happening?
Yeah, let's try to bolster our storm chasers here. I feel like I've heard of Coal Outlaw too. Okay, he's chasing in Arkansas. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, give me 1 second so I can pull up, I can create the scene, so I can create the window for him. There's an ice truck going, or there's a salt truck going through there. Didn't know how we're feeling about that. Well, honestly, I'm just gonna say it. We don't want to. There's certain ice trucks we don't want. Sheesh. One thing I will say I'm happy about is the fact that after the constant pissing and moaning that we've had with Xfinity, looks like they're doing better by us today. But we've really been struggling with those guys as of late. Also, if you could, guys, I'm gonna share his feed. Show Jai some love here. He's got a smaller channel. Oh, he is on X. Okay. I'll hit him up. There you go. Good to see that, Isaiah. Alright, I'm pinning his message up here. Alright, now we just need to put his name on his feed, and this will be his window whenever we can get him. Alright, we're going to make one last adjustment here, and we will be good after that. We'll adjust the font a little later, try to get that right.
Right. Yeah, it's part of that. Yeah. I know at the moment we'll definitely sort that out before severe weather season. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, we can all deal with. Okay. Thank you, Grizzy. You guys are getting snow up there as well. From what I saw, was the parking lot better this warm month of winter weather? Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't want to be anywhere near that Walmart parking lot right now because yeah, this morning it was hectic.
Alright, let me see something here. Yeah, I do see that little. I do see those little moisture. I can't call it that. Yeah, by the time it gets to about 11, it should try to pop off a little bit over there. You see those little tendrils of moisture beginning to move in.
Further south. Benton's digging in on it right now.
The other thing I would have said would have been probably far worse.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I guess we'll put the warnings back on since we have full screen again. I want to change the opacity though.
I hate that.
I don't want to say it on stream. It's not like it would give me trouble or anything like that, but at the same time, You guys would probably grill me in,
Yeah.
on the in the chat for it.
Thank you, Giori. Surface so it's at for 29. That little 28 on my car is what it's reading. Yeah. Should have brought a towel. How much? 25. Wow. 19 in Jonesboro. Ridiculous.
Very heavy sleet and freezing rain near Duncan. I'm willing to bet it is. The only problem is, like, a lot of the cameras in Oklahoma and Texas just aren't. Either they're still shots or they're down. Because I had a camera over towards Lawton that has been frozen for a while. And then the other camera towards I-35, that's not even working. Hey, what's up, Jordy? Yeah, Wichita's also another hot spot. Look at this. Oh, this is a dated dead spot. That's why. Nice. We're on day 1 already. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I do mind the ice though. But yeah, it looks like a lot of us are about to be in for a little change of scenery within the next 48 hours. Good to see you, by the way, Zachary. It's been a little while. Hope you are doing well. Gotten a couple new storm chasers on here as well.
There we go. Hopefully that looks better. I know it's a little crooked. Give me 1 second. There we go.
There we go. By the way, the guy in the bottom left corner of the screen, that is Jai Collins. Justin, one of the moderators and also Storm Chaser, got me in contact with him. He is in southern Arkansas right now. Bartlett, Texas. Somebody hit a light pole. Bro. That's how you go out bad, man. Come on, dude. Do better. Bartlett is a suburb of Memphis. Oh, okay. Oh, Bartlett, Tennessee. That makes sense.
Snowing in Mayflower?
Yeah, that's just silly, dude. Hey, man, life happens. That's all I can say.
I know.
Oh, that was timed a little too well.
Trying to at least get it.
But, what was I gonna say?
So like on my windshield.
What was I gonna say, though? But, yeah, you haven't really missed much because the weather itself has been pretty quiet up until recently.
No, it's just my windshield.
Like, there was literally a span where we didn't stream for about 2 months, maybe even 3.
Not that bad.
It was at least about 2 months, or it definitely felt like it was longer.
It's still good, but it's not too horrible.
going on right now. A bit of a lull. Thank you, Holly. Wherever you are, you take care as well. Make sure you're warm.
Yeah, this Jai guy seems like he's pretty solid. I'm still trying to find where the 50 DBZ is that you were talking about, because it's not showing up here. Maybe you're looking at single radar sites, because it's not going to show up on. I don't think it's going to show up on composite. Ooh, government job.
20 in Illinois. Yeah, that is bone chilling. I would not want to do that. Absolutely not.
Ah, yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, that's life for you. Yeah, this is usually my slower time of year, too. Landscaping definitely slows down during this season. At this point, just about all the leaves have fallen. You've picked up everything you can pick up, and it's just kind of dead quiet. There's not really a whole lot that you can do other than clean up jobs whenever it gets cold like this. But yeah, here's some. I think this is probably where you were finding that 50 DBZ. Probably somewhere around here. Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, another.
So I'm gonna go on a rant also and say this: Oklahoma, Texas, I get it. Towards the rural areas, I don't expect you to have the DOT cameras, especially the live feeds. But if it's near Oklahoma City, within even 20 miles, and you guys don't have this, or like Wichita Falls or Dallas or something, come on, man. What are you doing? Why must you make me suffer? That's a little meme if anyone doesn't know. But
just happy to be comfy and warm inside. Absolutely. Yeah, we do not want to go outside right now. We were doing updates on Snapchat and everything.
he's not trying to go outside tomorrow either. I don't blame him one bit. I am not going anywhere tomorrow. I'm really not going anywhere on Sunday. Like, get it.
I'll get some experience of but I'm not ready for it. You guys are just now tuning in. We are sitting at the Academy Sports over Brian, waiting to see what happens of this potentially significant storm event. Tomorrow looks to be the bigger day. We'll be out at lunch with fans tonight. We'll play it out here tomorrow.
Oh, you're going everywhere tomorrow? Good luck. Yeah, you're probably staying inside for the next 3 days. Yeah, that's probably safe. That's a safe bet, I'd say. Oh, that's hilarious.
And that's another thing that we still got more colder. Specifically on Sunday.
I need. If it wasn't cold, I'd shave so quick, man. I need to shave this mustache at least right now, or at least trim it, do something, because it's driving me nuts. I figured you were, Isaiah. Because good luck getting anyone to take you anywhere. Not in this mess. But people will complain over anything, but that's hilarious, though. Somebody complaining that the snow looks like deep freezer ice. I mean, if you come over here to where I'm at, or where you're at, Isaiah, we'll show them what actual ice looks like. Because we won't have a choice but to deal with it. He's going to the store. Okay, somebody, I think you might want to tell him again.
Nothing. Guarantee it'll freeze over. It'll freeze. Come on, Zach.
I mean, if he knows how to fishtail it, then maybe he has a chance. But my dad, yeah, because my dad, he told me about that. A couple times we've had to go out in that over the years.
Stop by tomorrow. I mean, hopefully we can
He looks like he's warm.
get down at this pool.
He looks like he's warm.
Cole, what are your thoughts about this entire season?
They know what. Yeah, if they went through the ice storm in '94, then I'd assume they know what they're doing. Hey, there they are. Jai Collins and Cole Outlaw. Oh, he just lost points for me though because he's wearing a Titans hat. Our division rivals.
Sleet and no precip whatsoever if it's snow. There's kind of like a hole there. But I mean, right now the whole southern half of the state is covered in pink. So, I mean, honestly, my thoughts are is overnight. I mean, I'm sure you can see that over the span of the parking lot there, it's soaked in wet.
Drink.
What's that gonna do when it gets cold? It's gonna
Freeze all
It's
over.
gonna freeze all over.
This is
I
bad.
really think that all of this, honestly,
Yeah, we're division rivals. My team's the Texans.
You leave my Titans cap alone.
that's just my overall thought. It's just getting started.
Definitely a long night to go. I mean, it's only, what, 8:44, 8:45-ish. So, a lot of time for stuff to happen. And Seahawks is, it's coming down pretty decently, but it's mostly just nothing. It's not solid. It's mostly just pretty rain. Okay. I did. Yeah. Thank you, James.
got your extension cord working overtime?
What's up, Carl? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Okay, the Titans beanie is from a friend. He gave it to me because I didn't have a beanie whenever it was cold. Okay, I am a Ravens fan, and we still got knocked out of the playoffs. So I don't even want to talk about that right now. I do not want to talk football. I am a Ravens fan. I lose OT all the time. That's funny.
Man. Yeah, sorry guys. I love me some football. Hey Shiori, for Oakland, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, it's not like Vegas has done anything with them since they left Oakland. They're essentially the same. Fun times on here tonight. Might need to refresh the power outage map. I'm sure there's been more changes since we last looked. Just want to know if you guys can see everything clearly too, by the way. All right. Oh, Texas power outages are dropped significantly.
Actually sticking to our car.
I'm actually really surprised by that.
On the door. There it is. Sticking onto the door.
Uh-oh.
See it right there.
He's got a little mixture of sleet and he's got a mixture of ice.
You got some dangler bits on poles, man. You got some dangler bits.
Snot sickles. You really think so? I sure hope so. I sure hope you're right. Because that's what that was one of my big concerns when I first started seeing this on models. I thought to myself, if Texas has another event like that, man, I tell you. Speaking of which, we can also check if the NAM 3 kilometers in.
I was looking actually at Alabama time. Man, there's a legitimate tornado threat south across southern portions of the state, so that could be an area to watch. The SPC has a marginal risk of a 2% total risk out, so that could be something. Yeah, there's not very many people covering the ice. It's always either snow or tornadoes or, you know, sometimes even fires. So, yeah, seeing ice is definitely a little different. We wanted to get out at least because we're home. This is around home, so it's not like we're driving to northeast Arkansas to go chase a high risk for tornadoes or anything like that. This is a statewide area being affected. So, my hood is completely covered. That is ridiculous.
Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at some model data here.
Yeah, I was seeing that area, and I mean, the thermodynamics down there look pretty darn good. The temperatures in the 70s, like mid 70s, with dew points reaching the 70s as well, like high 60s, the low 70s. So definitely a good temperature dew point spread. Instability may be on the lower end, but that's to be expected. Sneaky day. Wind profiles are also really, really good. Shear is supposed to ramp up around, I want to say around the afternoon time frame. Maybe going towards like 5 p.m. So, sneaky area down there for certain. I'm almost certain though it's probably gonna be more on a small line with how much forcing there is. All around that circle, exactly. Definitely some spinners possible. Definitely some spinners possible. Ice is scary. I was a little nervous actually coming out because I thought it'd be. I'm not gonna play Boy Who Cried Wolf and say, you know, it's not that bad right now. Because it definitely could, the switch could flip immediately and we could be talking, be dealing with the downpour that we had earlier with ice. Definitely some sloppy. I love that word, slop. Dixie slop, for certain. I am excited for this upcoming tornado season. What's up, Dylan? Welcome into the stream. Good to see you. I'm sure you know exactly where we are, dude.
Okay, so not on the federal grid, so it's more self-reliant. From what I know, is they actually winter prepped all power stations. Well, all right, Zach. I hope it does. Jeez, I cannot speak. I hope it does the trick.
Take a look at current temperatures. Yeah, we dropped again. Sitting at 26. Reading on my car right now. Good old yeah, exactly. Sitting at 26. Temperature reading on my car now.
Oh, we got 11 votes. Nice. Appreciate you guys, by the way. I haven't even seen how many likes we've had total.
Watch that area off back to the west. I'm seeing a little bit of a surge in the snow intensity.
Hold up. Let me switch this. We can take a look at this model data here.
Hey, you hear that? We're starting to get a little bit.
All right, so pretty much a similar deal to everything else we've seen.
Yeah, here we go. We're starting to get a little bit of a surge, more back towards Yeah, we're freezing again.
So they're bouncing back and forth between being at freezing or just below.
10-4. Yeah, it looks like we've trended back towards. I wonder why. I'm fairly certain it's because of that mid-level dry slot that's worked its way in. There was a little bit of a lull and it transitioned to mostly just rain. But yeah, it looks like we're starting to freeze again.
Hey, this is pushing a lot further north than I thought it would.
I know camera quality is pretty bad right now. I'm sorry about it, guys.
Alright, so that clears out. Okay.
Yeah, you're up there in Bentonville, man. You're about to have so much fun with that foot of snow. Definitely send pictures. Starting to see some snowflakes make some light sleet right now. Starting to see some small snowflakes mixing in with the sleet as well.
Alright, so we got some people, we got a good bit of people on his feed now. We love to see it. One thing about us here, we're all about supporting our fellow storm chasers and meteorologists alike, especially if their channel's smaller than ours, because ours is pretty small in its own right. But his channel will surpass mine, I'm sure.
Definitely stay on our toes.
Didn't have to say it again. Appreciate you guys tuning in up to this point. I don't know, honestly don't know how long we'll be live for. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of streaming ahead, so we're gonna do this in segments.
Yeah, okay. 34. So now we're down to 29.
I might have missed my chance of getting the
Cold air's making its way in.
getting my drink.
All we can do is just see what happens. Just keep it on there.
Yeah, I did for the night at least.
And for the waiting game.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Zach, but I know better than to put anything past anyone, so, you know. I mean, I know there's probably a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I don't know happened, that I don't know about in regards to how resources were used beyond that point. Maybe they were honest, maybe there were some hurdles they had to go through, and it took longer, I don't know, but like I said, I can't put anything past anyone these days.
So that's one thing to note about 440. It's all elevated. That whole interstate system's elevated. To the point that you get to when you come off of 30, and you hit ground again, and you hit the river bridge. On the river bridge, for the most part, a lot of that run is all elevated. So that is not surprising whatsoever. That cold air getting up under those elevated roadways like that. Yeah, that's not a good thing to hear at 9 o'clock on it.
Yeah, especially since we got a long way to go. That's gonna be a real thick but thin sheet of ice. Definitely. It's gonna accumulate throughout the night. So prayers. Hopefully everybody's staying on the road.
Yeah, I waited too late, Shiori. I meant to have it done sooner, but I couldn't find a liquor store. But I also need to make sure I found a bottle of vodka that would be cheap enough. 'Cause I'm not trying to spend like $50 on it. I don't even have it like that, you know?
Traffic's definitely gone down since we first started all of this.
Yeah, most definitely.
Alright, so
And let's
got that in.
From a couple friends, they do have some level of sleep, specifically down in the clock side. So, I'm just glad that everybody's used to the winds and staying off the weather.
Hey, what's up, John? Forgot to pick up some whiskey. Dang. Sounds about right. Well, when I went out to the store first thing this morning, obviously the liquor stores weren't going to be open. I mean, but we had to do it that way just to get the little bit that we did get. Like the bread aisles were already cleaned out. The milk was definitely cleaned out, and that was just after they restocked too, which is the scariest part. And then also,
Yeah, I'm seeing exactly what you're saying.
Ooh, that's nice.
So our pinker shades are
Well, feel free to tune in
are mixed
because we're gonna be live
sleet.
intermittently throughout the days ahead until either the power goes out or the storm ends, one or the other.
The darker that color,
It's a battle of attrition.
the
Let's go.
that's falling down.
But yeah,
Right
I
now,
went and
we're
got
pressed
some
out and
vodka to
heading
go
up
with
to
my
a
Russian
Britain.
tea.
South of Arkadelphia.
Little hot
actually,
toddy
right up
action.
here. I mean, heavy sleet.
I normally will do this like every winter,
So
but
just make sure that you're
I
already
haven't done it
inside,
this
you're
this
already,
season as of yet. Hasn't really been cold enough to
necessary
get it, but
precautions, 'cause
definitely
go downhill from here.
definitely time now.
Man, I don't know, and frankly, I'm not gonna mess around and find out.
Neither of ours are bad. I don't understand what they're doing. It's like they're trying to pull up under the awning.
Also, feel free to show one of my new storm chasing buddies here, Jack Collins, a little bit of love. Shoot him a like and a sub. This channel's actually smaller than mine.
Sorry, guys.
Seems
that
like
was
he's a pretty good, he's a pretty down-to-earth guy, you know. I definitely would love to see a little more support for him. See if we can get him to 1,000 maybe by the end of the year, if it's even possible.
Oh, 100%.
So this is actually Jacob Lazat Siori. I play him in a lot of my streams whenever I do play music. I can send you the link to the playlist I have because it is public. Let me go ahead and grab that for you. Oop, I didn't mean to do that though. Let me pause it really quick. What did your neighbors do to get you that upset?
So, just to tickle your fancy, I figured I'd tell you this. I went on Twitter just for a quick second. I know I couldn't help it. Apparently, there are elevated supercells forecasted over in North Carolina with some freezing rain in the forecast as well. Like elevated supercells with freezing rain. Yeah. That's what I say. I think it's gonna be out ahead beforehand, but still. Yeah. With winter I guess. Thunder ice, essentially. That's ridiculous, I know. All that instability up in the atmosphere, all the movement because of the ice and stuff, and yeah, you've got thunder. Friction! Gotta love it. Yeah. Like I said, we're this battleground right now, and then this dry air we're dealing with. Guarantee if that dry slot was gone, we'd be talking about.
Oh, they moved their houses. They also yell. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't condone the action, but yeah, if we decide to get a little payback, I wouldn't oppose you. So it's not gonna let me do the whole playlist, so I just have to do it like one song at a time. Well, I'll give you like the first compilation. It's like it's a 90-minute compilation. So here you go.
Absolutely.
further north or south.
Yeah. It'd be dumping something. And I'm thinking the reason why there's those higher totals out west is because of the mountain elevation. It's a lot easier for ice particles to...
Yeah, I think Jai here has a degree. Yeah, this is these are 100% instrumentals, no vocals to these. Jacob Lazat's been a favorite on the channel ever since
It's a slow system.
I first ran into him. He cleared me to be able to use this, so that way my streams don't get demonetized or taken down or anything like that. He's a pretty cool dude. Very
Oh, I see
talented
that.
guy. Very good at mixing as well. I work on my own stuff as well. I'm also a
is
musician,
great
hence the
stuff.
name, Thai Metalhead Weatherman. It's not just because I'm into metal, but I actually play.
That area.
In fact, I might be trying to do a thing locally as well, but that's neither here or there. Either way, though, I really enjoy listening to his work.
Got about 75.
So,
miles
this is why. So, hence why I'm always bumping him on the channel when I have music going. During the more serious moments, I won't play music, but whenever it's chill like this, we'll have something going.
All of that. Oh, I
Especially if
bet.
we have like long videos, if we have like long streams or anything like that, where we'll have like little breaks in between.
It's something stupid.
So on my playlist, like I have a few different songs on here, or a few different compilations. It's not like I don't have a single song on here. I have like compilations of his own playlist mainly.
We're starting to get
This
deeper
one is
also
called
into
90
the
Minutes
now.
of Melodic Metal. It's an instrumental. The next one on the queue after the 90-minute list ends is a 10-hour list, which has songs from this one, and then also different styles of metal too, like gent and hardcore, all of that. Ooh, you love to see it. Yeah, with things being quieter, I've gone to a few shows this year. I'm actually wearing a shirt that I ended up getting from one of the shows I went to. It's a cattle decap shirt. Kind of a really interesting death metal band. Pretty popular too, but very good live show. Really enjoyed that one. I think they had other bands like Aborted along with them and a few others. It was a good night. Love this shirt though. It looks really cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one with the three.
I gotta shave or either trim my mustache, because geez man, this thing is driving me nuts.
Just fell.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my I'm trying to maybe get back into the local scene myself. How I would manage the schedule between this, that, and my regular job would be interesting, but I'll give it a try. Besides, I do better the more active I am, especially if it's stuff that I enjoy doing.
What are you talking about? We're going to Greenville. No weird. No! That ice storm down there? No, I'm not dealing with that. Almost 2 inches of ice. 1 inch is enough to sag power blinds. That is horrible. Yeah. Yeah. Allendale's in Crosshairs. That is a small town. Do you not have them up? Started bouncing in here. Let me see. Do you not have them on? Nope. I do see that. They're gone. I wonder why. I don't think so. We'll see. Give me 6 inches of snow over my forecasted half inch of ice any day. That's what someone said. 6 inches of snow over a half inch of ice any day. Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. You see them? They got their car on a flatbed.
Okay, let me check something else out real quick while I'm at it.
Alright guys, give me 1 second, I'm gonna talk to Cole.
Okay, so alright, orders finally confirmed. It'll be in by 11 o'clock tomorrow. Hopefully they can get here by that time. It doesn't seem like precip will start by then, but this storm could do a bunch of different crazy things. So I have no better than to assume. Alright, if anyone has any questions or any requests right now, just let me know. So we're kind of in a weird point right now with that. I only have so much model data available with that. I only have the GFS, and I have nothing to really compare it to, so I can't really, like, I think you followed the channel enough to know that I'm not really into hyping up an event unless there's, like, solid concrete proof. So, seeing it on only one model, I just can't jump on that bandwagon, you know? It's irresponsible. Like, if it starts to really show up on the Euro or Canadian, then I'm like, okay, maybe we do have something. But the only model in range outside of the GFS is the Euro. Join the club. I'm under an ice storm warning.
Hey man, that's not nice. Guy is cold as screw. He's a nice head. Officially in the state of emergency. For Jayaville. Huh?
Yep, we're under an ice storm warning over here, so yeah, we're getting it too.
There was already a state of emergency that was issued. Yeah, for Arkansas. I'm surprised you didn't see it. Posted about it. Yeah, Arkansas, Texas, Mississippi.
Yeah, every time you jump into live, it's more so whenever something's coming for you. It's fair though. It's no big deal. But yeah, I mean, really, it's join the club because literally everybody's getting something.
Don't you dare say it.
Like, all the mods are pretty much under some kind of winter weather advisory or winter storm watch warning at this point. No need to apologize. I'm making jokes. But no, literally I think every mod that we have is under some kind of winter style advisory, whether it's a winter storm warning or ice storm warning. Yes, everybody, literally, when I say join the club, it literally means join the club, because it's everybody. And then, like, a lot of the viewers here that we do have, they're gonna get it too.
Oh my god.
Like, literally this whole thing, like, literally from Texas. What the heck? I don't know if I want half an inch of ice. I don't think tornadoes are any better, but half an inch of ice is still pretty daggone bad. Because I'm over toward, a little closer towards the east side of Atlanta.
Oh, you guys can see it on stream. There's a little bit of ice bouncing off the windshield.
As long as you get an extra day of work, it's worth it. That's crazy, because other people will usually say the opposite. As long as I get an extra day off of work. Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was like, wait, what? That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that. But yeah, that sounds about right. Well, I've already had enough days off of work as it is, essentially. One thing about being a landscaper, especially if you're doing lawn care, is once the temperatures drop below freezing, the interesting thing about those chemicals, they can still freeze. So that's a big problem for me.
Heavy snow coming in Danville.
So when you get that, so when you get the mornings where it's like 25 degrees and it doesn't get to like 32 until about maybe 11 o'clock, that's like over half my day lost. Especially since technically by law, we aren't supposed to be on anyone's lawns after sunset.
25 degrees.
So by basically 5-6 o'clock, day has to be done and I'm heading home.
I'm talking about on my car. That's what I'm reading.
Then on top of that, the amount of work we do during the winter is very limited too to go with it. So it's just a bad situation across the board. So yeah, during this time of year it gets a little bit hectic. It's definitely that way right now. I need to like find some kind of side hustle so I don't basically get evicted.
Yeah, 28 over 2.
Because the season's not really going to start to pick up for me until probably early March. So I still have a whole nother month to survive.
Check hold on.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you could definitely use it. Everybody's situation is different.
Okay, I found a way to look at soundings for the area for winter. Go to the winter weather tab and scroll to winter skews and skew-tees. Winter skew-tee type. Skew-tee max, I'm sorry. And it shows you the sounding.
Did I see a 44 just a second ago?
That's good. But that bulge, that's out ahead of
Over towards Ada is getting slammed.
That's that dry slump.
This is right in that deformation zone too, so that's not all that surprising, but when you start getting into that 44 to 0.5, 47 to 49 dBz, that's some pretty heavy precip. So the fact that we're seeing that as sleet, maybe actually changing over to snow right now. Side hustle your way into be a full-time fortune teller. Hey, if you can pull it off, by all means. If you enjoy it especially. I wish I could side hustle my way into this, to what I'm doing right now, but we have a long ways to go before we get anywhere close to that. We gotta figure out what to do to make it better. Wish we had a chaser in Oklahoma as well.
Arkansas Storm Team's thunder is in prime. Denny's. Over by the Denny's. That's by Walmart.
Alright, so I'm trying to think, what else can we do here in the meantime? You don't know who's where? Well, you know where I'm at. I'm in Atlanta. We have a few mods in we have a couple mods that are in Kansas. They're gonna get heavy snow. Justin, one of the storm chasers we work with, he is in Arkansas. He's towards northern Arkansas, so he's getting more snow. Isaiah's in Tennessee. I already told you where I'm at. We have a mod in New York, and then I think we have a mod also in. We also have a mod in Virginia. It's not. I think we know she's in Virginia. And then we also have someone in Boston as well. So literally every mod that I have on the channel here is under either a winter storm warning or an ice storm warning, which is insane to think about. Well, wait, no, not everybody. Torex over here in Utah is the only one that doesn't have a winter weather advisory of any kind. It's actually kind of warm over there in Utah compared to us.
Mesoscale discussion stating moderate to heavy snow likely over the next few hours from Oklahoma City east into northwest portions of the state.
Yeah, just about the entire audience that's been in here up to this point. I think everybody's getting something. Yeah, it's been very quiet outside of a couple select areas. Like mainly towards the higher elevations is where most of the snow has fallen. Surprisingly, even the Sierra Nevada region, or the Sierra Mountains, I should say, those guys haven't really gotten all that much snow. They've had a couple active periods, but nothing consistent.
Ice storm is beginning.
The big winners this year really have been over towards like the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley to a point. I would really just say the Great Lakes though. Northeast has been starting to really pick up though too, but yeah, out west has been kind of off. What are you under? Let me look at that really quickly, actually. So,
You're good.
let me type that in, actually. I keep forgetting we have a search bar here. There's like literally a 10 billion different names of your city. Okay, there we go. You're under a winter storm warning. Yeah, Davidson County is officially under a winter storm warning. The worst of the ice, I would expect it to stay off to the southwest. Still probably get something, but for ice storm warnings, I think you need to have like a little more than. Well, let me see what the criteria is with this one.
With intermittent sleet. So still watching.
Yeah, about half an inch. I think it's like a quarter of an inch, and I think you probably sit just under that threshold. Getting some powder on the East Coast. Yeah, the East Coast is getting some action. I think we're in line for a couple more events there as well. So yeah, it will be a good time to ski out towards the east side. I tried to do some ski resort forecast in recent time on the memberships, but just didn't really gain much traction. But from what I saw, it's like out towards the west, they had like some skimpy numbers. Like it was honestly at times hard to find a resort that got more than 5 inches of snow at a time. Like, in the grand scheme of things, you would think, like, in the grand scheme of things, really 5 inches isn't that much for a resort. Like, I think it would be sufficient, but just barely. So far Texas has held up pretty good. Oh, never mind. Power outages are starting to go up. We're still below 10,000 for now. The state will start to light up in a almost kind of a grayish blue tint once we get past 10,000 outages. Oh, I just realized I didn't see your message, Margot. You're welcome, by the way. Sorry that I didn't catch that sooner. Oh, wow. A strike from the ski patrol. Like, what could you have done to piss them off, I wonder? Arizona might come back into the equation, but right now it's going to be difficult. They have a pretty big ridge out towards the west, so it's going to be warmer than average over there. Oh, it was pegged. Yep. That sounds about right. You would think that a job like that pays well, but I guess not. Yeah. Either too mild or just, well, not enough action. But then again, when you have the La Nina pattern like we have, especially with it being a week when it kind of complicates things, we'll have a lot more action towards the northwest. The troughs just never really seem to make it as far to the south as easily, at least for the southwest. But, you know, with a weaker La Nina, it's not quite as textbook either, so you're always in a weird spot. Somebody usually ends up getting stiff when we are in this type of ENSO pattern. Sometimes I honestly forget about X Games, and I always tell myself that I mean to watch it, because I used to watch it a lot as a kid, but as an adult I just got away from it. And not for any particular reason either. I just often end up missing it for whatever reason. Oh, man. It's always this radar hole I get irritated with. I'm trying to think here. What time should we go live tomorrow? I know it's kind of quiet right now. Oh, okay. Who is it? I didn't see the name on there. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, I figured out how to copy and paste my playlist. It was kind of silly because I didn't even realize that I could just hit the share button. But here you go. This is the full playlist right here. Yeah, if you want to listen to the whole playlist, maybe I should just pin the whole thing. But yeah, that should have you ready to roll for a whole 24 hours, truthfully. Or at least 16. Most of that is Jacob's work. And then also we have a couple other odd ones like Metal Eternal Records is on there. They got a couple of compilations. And then I have, I think that's it. Yeah, it's just Jacob and Metal Eternal on here. Definitely looking to add to that. Is my stuff on there? No, not yet. I haven't released it. I haven't released anything yet. So I might have some extra musicians that I would add on to a potential EP, but we're still trying to figure out the logistics of that. So I can't really say if that works out, and if it does work out, what the timeline would be for the release. We have a source to release it. It's just now all the instruments would have to be redone, and then that's a process within itself. Mixing, I feel like I'm okay with mixing, but at the same time I would really prefer to have a professional do it this go around. Like anything that you've heard from me, they're all demos. Basically they're just rough drafts. But yeah, if I'm gonna put it out there, I kind of need to level it up a little bit more. So I'll probably have to replay everything. Well, for me, it wasn't that. I actually kind of enjoy mixing and whatnot, but the thing is just like for me, the master was, I feel like I could have done a lot better. Like, I feel like there's some elements in my own song where things just didn't really pop the way that I wanted them to. And I feel like it would have made everything even better. But also I'm not highly experienced when it comes to mixing either, so it's not that the pressure's too great, it's just, I want a little bit more out of what I got. Cause I kind of have that perfectionist nature. I want to really be good at whatever I do, So I'm pretty hard on myself. Like, I haven't really had anybody, like, complain about it.
Okay, folks. Let's look down there and see. Right now, yeah, Pine Bluffs, smack dab in the sleet and ice.
Uh-oh, those power issues towards Texas are creeping up again. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry for bumping the mic.
Yeah, we got a few stuff. People just hanging out there. Welcome in, Michelle.
You're good.
See you.
I was responding to a message on
Yeah, I feel you
on
the
socials real
I
quick.
am starving my darn self. Yeah, I didn't know that. No nutrition for you.
Yeah, I was just trying to give a follow to Jai here. There we go.
First, I had a sausage, egg, and biscuit first, and then I was like, okay, let me make a chicken sandwich. It was hot honey drizzled all on it, spices away.
Do I take photo submission? Yes, absolutely. You can send it to me on Twitter, or you can send it on Discord, either or.
You sent food with Jordan?
I'll send a link to either or.
I guarantee you it is. But also, too, it's probably reading that.
Obviously, I'll give you credit.
Because it's so hot. Yeah, it's snowing in Portsmouth. Back to smaller speed. It did.
If I drove to you right now, can I get a feature? See. I got like a, I actually have a broken tooth right now. If anyone sees me looking a little funny, feels like the last pieces of it are like about to come out.
Give him a eye. Is it? Oh my goodness. Dude, that's bad. That's horrible.
Oh no. Oh yeah, he's got the snot sickles on there big time now. Yeah, he's gotten slammed.
Now if it was a snowball, it'd be different. The pellets start to bounce on the car again. Make sure my phone doesn't get
Oh, I forgot I have this command on here.
guys inside.
Just let you know it's been a while since I've really done a whole lot of streaming.
Stay outside for a little bit. That way you guys can stay inside where it's warm.
Or do I? Does it not work? Sheesh. Yeah, I don't think it's working. See if I can do this right here. Try one other thing. Yeah, a lot of storm chasers don't really mess with ice too quickly. He is very bold. Oh, dang, that hurts. I just can't wait for this stupid thing to fall out, honestly, at this point. I don't even want to save the tooth, just let it go. Ah, my cloud bot is off, okay. So that says a lot. Alright, let's fix that now. I don't know why it keeps shutting off. I have it set to be on, but jeez, I don't know, man. Okay, so let's see. Should be able to get it back up. Let's try it again. All right, there it goes. I got it. Ooh, that hurts. No, I didn't get it pulled. Unfortunately, it's been falling apart over time. There's like one piece of it left at this point now. And that piece is loose, actually. But it's like kind of dangling, and I guess like their nerve ending's still attached to it. So it's very uncomfortable, to put it like that. I just want to yank the thing out. I'm so tired of it, but it's gonna sting if I do. It's gonna cause me a lot of pain should I do it. Because it feels like the gum itself kind of got swollen around what was left of it. It's almost the gum feels like it's almost like acting like it's trying to spit it out. That's ready to come out, because every time I close my mouth, I can feel the tooth kind of dangle. I can almost feel it wanting to just drop. So we're about at that point. It's just, sheesh. It's one of the most annoying feelings, and one of the more anxious feelings too, because it's like, the last thing I want to do is eat and then have it just fall out and potentially swallow it. Like, that's one thing I'm probably like the most anxious about. Like, this honestly could probably fall out the next 2 or 3 days. Is this you, Cole, by the way? 10 to 20 centimeters, locally higher amounts possible. Ten to 20 centimeters is how much? Let me do a little math real quick. Oh yeah, you're about to get slammed over there. So if you're talking 2.5. So you're talking like, so basically if you were to use the metric system that we use, you're talking about a good 3 to 5 inches. So yeah, about 4 to 8 inches. That's pretty insane, actually. And which part of Canada are you in? Like, is it towards like southeastern
guys,
or?
Freezing out there. Like bad cold. That's bad cold. Bad cold. Holy. You sent him the
Ah,
ice.
okay.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you guys are still gonna get a little something. Wait, south of Detroit? Yeah, that's even further north than I thought it would be. That's actually news to me. Yeah, that matches up perfectly with what we're seeing on models too. Yeah, so even after the system leaves, you're gonna get more even. So honestly, throughout the week, yeah, those totals make perfect sense, truthfully. So it's gonna be ugly over there. You're gonna get snow, you're gonna get wind, and it's gonna be brutally cold. Temperatures below 0. Not great. Not great at all. I want to rip this thing out so bad right now. I'm also going to put Jai's channel back up real quick so that way you guys can pour in a couple other subs. It's amazing how quickly things change, don't they, Cole? Yeah, because we had a few days above 100 here, and now I'm under an ice storm warning. I'm expecting half an inch of ice. Night Hillbillies on YouTube. Really, Shiori? Jeez. I'm surrounded by hills on all sides, and I have to go up them in order to get out. So, yeah. I don't see that working out. And those hills on top of that are very steep, so I'm not too sure if I'm gonna play that game. And that's even if I knew how to skate, which I don't.
Like I said, again, thank you. You guys have a nice one, and that'll be all from me.
Well, Jai has ended the stream. Alrighty then. Alright, so I think we'll probably hang out for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm probably gonna lose my mind and get rid of this tooth. I think Texas might be back past 10K on the outages. Oh, no, not yet. 9,902. Give it a couple of days. I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to wait for this tooth to come out, but I feel like it's just gonna make me, I know I should wait. This just feels so uncomfortable, man. It just feels so uncomfortable. Oh, Texas. Oh. Give it a couple of days, they'll make it happen on the outages. I'm actually not rooting for outages at all, if anything. But yeah, the big numbers will be coming in within the next day or so. But yeah, if I could afford to see somebody, I definitely would. But it's not like I'm going to be able to leave anytime soon. We are going to be locked in here for a while, it looks like. Because the conservative totals for my area are about maybe 3/10 of an inch. And then we're talking potentially up to about an inch of ice. No thanks. Yeah, we're gonna probably hang out here for a few more minutes and then we'll call it a night. Because we're gonna be back tomorrow. That's one thing about it. So what time do you think we should go live tomorrow, guys? For those of you that are still on here in chat right now. I'm a little nervous about that area, truthfully. Yeah, because I mean, that area has kind of been a bullseye on the weather models ever since the storm really started to pick up steam in the social media waves. But even before then, I was a little suspicious. The ice scenario never really, the freezing rain ice scenario kind of never really played out in the back of my mind until I started looking at the physics of the storm system, especially with the way that the high and low pressures were going to interact with the jet streams that would end up phasing with it. So yeah, it's all over. It was, yeah, once I put two and two together, it was like, oh man. But yeah, it's still all over the place. Obviously, the less accretion, the better, but still, either way, no matter how you look at it, there's going to be some areas near Asheville that are going to get around about almost half an inch of ice, almost guaranteed. And then probably maybe even a couple spots that still get that full inch plus. It really just depends on which of these models actually end up playing out or not. Speaking of which, the midnight GFS run is coming in. So let's go ahead and look at this storm system real quick with that, and then we might hang around long enough to see what it has in store for that next one, but I'd say at this range it's kind of hard to latch on to that. Think they'll see more like 2 inches? Definitely is possible. I'm thinking we probably see about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter, or inch and a half. But if it was 2 inches, my goodness. Like the infrastructure there, which is already not in great shape, that's a disaster. Let's go ahead and look at some model data here. So I'm looking at ice totals on GFS. It's keeping it kind of on the conservative side still. We're leaning more towards like maybe 8/10 of an inch up to an inch in some spots. So it's an improvement from what we've been seeing, but still not great. There's still a couple scattered pockets across the board where we could see up to about an inch of ice. But it's a very small corridor though now. You have a friend in Nashville and Charlotte. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, Charlotte might be okay. Asheville, I'm not so certain about. So they're still going to get some numbers, but they're not going to be as bad. But yeah, Asheville, I'm definitely concerned about, though. That's a big bullseye over southern parts of Arkansas here, though. Euro's a little bit more on the conservative side, but still pretty big totals expected there. But yeah, the Euro from earlier today is a little bit more aggressive still. Then here, of course, is the blend of models. This is what I usually will go over. I'll use this from like my forecast as far as snow totals. It's a little bit on the conservative side, but not too far out of reach. But this could be getting downplayed too. That's what I'm worried about. I don't think so there. I think it's going to be the Gulf, because this low pressure is going to be the influence there. This low is going to spin its way onshore and strengthen, so it's going to have more pull around it. You can see it by these contour lines here. So you're getting Gulf moisture put into the equation, and that's why we end up getting the warm nose. Because the Gulf of Mexico moisture is always warm. And then if I was to put this side by side, and then do this. But look at that. See how that warm nose happens right here. Matches perfectly, but if I go back a few frames, go back to 27 hours. Oops. Go back a little bit. Notice how when that low isn't popping up there, temperatures aren't that strong. Oh yeah. Let me just get those out the way. We aren't even really using those anymore tonight, because we're just about done here ourselves. Alright. Broke 10,000 again with Texas. I'm gonna move this right here for now. Actually, we'll go. Yeah, I'm gonna set it right here. Actually. Boom. All right, so now you can see everything. Alright, so this is at 27 hours on both of them. Or this is actually 30. Now we're at 27. Alright, so the low doesn't really pop up until about maybe 36 hours. The time this starts to really move inland, this begins to strengthen. You see a slight pressure drop here. But watch what happens when I set this into motion. As that low comes in and strengthens, all that warm air is coming straight from the Gulf. You're going to get the moisture from the Gulf too based off of the flow. Because everything around a low spins counterclockwise. So it's cyclonic flow. Oh no, this is just day one, North Star. We haven't even really gotten started with that yet. This is going to be a multi-day event, so there will be plenty more opportunities to tune in. We're just going over things a little bit. Let me take this off the screen now. I am still intrigued by that one setup that could be next week, but I don't know if we're going to be in range just yet. Oh wait, hang on, we're going to be on the cutting edge of it. So like in the early stages, we'll probably have it just at the end of the stream. So we'll wait long enough for it to come in and then we'll go from there. All we need really is probably about another 4 or 5 scans to confirm it. Yeah, this is my stream playlist. This is Jacob Lazat that I'm listening to right now. Yeah, I think this one is one of my favorite songs off of this compilation that he has. I'm listening to a 9-minute compilation he has. This song is called Through the Darkest Days. Yeah, Jacob has allowed me to play his music during the stream without getting copyright claimed or anything like that, which is really nice. But yeah, this is him right here. Yeah, but it's like I said earlier, this is the only model that's really showing it. The European model is still not even having this form. So it's frustrating. And still at this range, the only ones that we'll have available for use are going to be the GFS, the Euro, and the Canadian model right here. We'll probably, within the next day, we'll be able to have the Icon model brought up, but it's not the most reliable model either. But at least as we get closer to whenever this event would, or if it were to occur, we'll have more model data available. The one thing about forecasting when it comes to this kind of stuff is I absolutely hate the wait. And then in the time of that wait, all the signals that the models will show, it disappears. That's what we're about. We're about being different around here, man. I mean, we keep it professional here to a point, but I'd rather be down to earth. I'd rather be myself on here, you know? That's always how I've like looked at it. I think that's how it should always stay. It could be the very thing that cost me too, and maybe doesn't allow the channel to grow. But if so, I mean, well, it is what it is. But the goal is to try to break the standard here. Probably need another 2 or 3 scans to watch this thing clear and we're done. It's a special place for a dying breed of people. I guess you could say that. I mean, I think that the genre is still alive and well. But I guess when it comes to people that are just kind of standing on their own not even their own 2 feet, but just like, 10 toes down on what they believe, I guess that's different. I guess that's what you might mean. Yeah, I'd just rather be myself. I don't want to be a robot. Like, that's just lame. That's also why it's even more important that we continue to get better at the forecasting. Sleet in Como, Mississippi. Come on. Well, unfortunately, I can't use these hazard cams yet. At least not without getting in trouble. Where exactly is Como? Alright, let's look at one more. Now I can see that now. So it's just south of Como where it's really starting to pop up on radar for me. It's light freezing rain more so than it is sleet. Yeah, exactly. That's just not what I'm about, man. It's not what I'm about. Alright, let's see what these last scans have to offer here. And then we're going to be going on from there. Dang, this thing just does not leave, does it? We'll hang out for a little longer then, just to make sure we get these last scans in. Alright, let's go back to the radar really quickly. And we'll move this back over my head. But yeah, this pink here is where the freezing rain is. The purple is where the sleet is. Yeah, it still looks like it's mostly falling as rain. It could be sleet though. There are like little deficiencies within the radar when it comes to DVZ per exact location as far as pixels are concerned. Let me actually take these warnings off. That's one thing I love about winter storms is that the colors are very pretty. I won't lie about that. Yeah, we've seen them. Okay, so probably should have those last scans in now. This exits out by the first of the month exactly. That's quite a way to end out January. And yes, folks, you're seeing this right. We have a model that is showing the potential for yet another storm. Now, is this valid? Well, time will only tell. That's to be determined. The good news is, though, if you're worried about this being a thing, I've only seen it mainly on this model. I haven't really seen it on other models too much just yet. So, and we're still pretty far out on range. We're like close to 9 days out, a little less than 9 days out. So, a lot can change with this one. This may not end up being much of anything. Some models have it as not being anything. So, with all that in mind, I would urge no sort of panic with this at any point in general, but especially not right now. So with that in mind, I'm gonna actually call it a night here, and we'll be back tomorrow for round 2. Tomorrow is really going to be where things really begin to deteriorate with this system. This was really just the early phase. Round 1 is tomorrow, then we end up getting round 2 on Sunday. So everybody stay warm tonight, stay safe, and I will see you probably within a matter of hours. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you, Jordan. Good night, Mark, North Star, Shiori, and anyone else who's in chat. I'm about this close to ripping my tooth out. So that being said, good night, everybody.